Hi everyone, happy holidays to you and yours. Today I am sharing 4 amazing cookie recipes to bake this season. The snow has just fallen, it's getting cozy in here, and baking is very cathartic for me, so I wanted to bake some cookies today. These are perfect for nibbling on after dinner or with a hot cup of tea. And we will be making classic chocolate chip, a chocolate chip pecan, dark chocolate dipped shortbread, and a lemon shortbread cookie today. So let's get started with our chocolate chip dough first. This chocolate chip recipe is very simple to make and perfect for all sorts of add-ins. We are starting off with 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt, combined together in a medium-sized bowl and set aside. In a separate bowl, we're going to combine 2 cups of light brown sugar with 1 stick of unsalted butter and beating them together until they become creamy with a hand or a stand mixer, whatever you have. Once blended, you can add 2 large eggs, and lastly, we will add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Slowly add the flour in with the wet ingredients, folding with a spoon or using your hand mixer on medium to combine the dough together. It should be thick and chunky when it is all combined. Once the dough has formed, I like to take a bar of organic dark chocolate and chop it up into nice chunks and shards. You can use milk chocolate if you like, but I prefer the more tart flavor of the dark chocolate in these cookies, so that's what I'm going to use today. Since this batter is so thick, we're going to knead the chocolate into the dough with a spoon or with your hands, and then roll them into balls with your hands. You should preheat the oven to 350 while we're doing this, and there should be a baking sheet topped with parchment paper ready to go off to the side. These cookies will bake for around 11 minutes depending on your oven. They should be golden brown around the edges and the center will be nice and chewy. Our second cookie will include chocolate chips and some fresh chopped pecans. And pecans are my favorite this time of year and can be found in so many delicious holiday desserts. These cookies will be a bit thicker, so they may require an extra minute or 2 in the oven. And mine were toasted brown on the outside with a thick, chewy center after around 12 minutes. Next, we are going to make our shortbread cookies, which are my favorite to enjoy with a cup of tea. These cookies will take around 30 minutes from start to finish, and the oven should be set to 325 before we get started. You're going to need a food processor for this, or you can use a stand mixer, whatever you have handy. First, we're going to combine 3 cups of all-purpose flour with 1 cup of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Once combined, we're going to cube 3 sticks, yes, 3 sticks of butter and add them over the top of our flour mixture, pulsing to combine them all together. Lastly, we're going to add 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract into the mixture, which gives these cookies a creamy and delicious flavor. Half of this batter will be used for our lemon cookies, so we will set aside half of this batter later on. Once the dough is combined, we're going to separate it into 2 hunks and roll them each into roughly 2-inch thick logs that are around 10 inches long. Each of these logs should yield a roughly 12 cookies. Once the cookies have been cut, we'll round off any edges and add them to a parchment-lined baking sheet, setting them aside in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes so that they can harden. I went ahead and kneaded in the lemon extract into our other half of the batter and prepared those for baking using the same method, rolling it into a log and then cutting it into roughly 3/4 inch pieces. For our vanilla and lemon cookies, I put a little coarse sugar onto a plate, and we're going to roll the edges through the sugar to give them a light dusting. The sugar will also provide a nice crunch once they're baked. By then, our oven should be preheated and we can pop them into the oven for 18 to 20 minutes or until the tops are a light golden brown. Shortbread is naturally much drier than chocolate chip cookies, so be careful not to overdo it. While the cookies cool, I'm going to take a handful of chunky dark chocolate chips and put them into a bowl along with a spoonful of coconut oil and microwave them for 30-second increments, mixing in between until the chocolate is smooth and completely melted down. These shortbread cookies will be dunked in the chocolate chip for some added flavor, and they are also great to add sea salt or finely chopped nuts, any topping you want to add right onto the melted chocolate as well. Once all the chocolate is coated on top of each of these cookies, we'll put them back into the fridge to harden. These will go into the oven for 18 to 20 minutes and they'll bake until they are golden brown. While all the cookies cool, I'm going to light a fire and turn on the tree so I can relax with my puppy and really enjoy the night. This year has been so stressful for so many, and sometimes we all just need a little something sweet to lighten the mood. I hope no matter what you celebrate, or even if you don't feel like celebrating at all this year, that you take a little time to do something kind for yourself, even if it means baking. Take good care, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.